I want you to imagine this for a second. You finally finish something you're proud of. Not just proud, relieved. Weeks of planning, saving money, measuring twice, cutting once, late evenings, sore hands, and now it's done. That was my deck. The one place in my home where everything finally felt calm. And then one woman with a clipboard decided it shouldn't exist. It was early morning, the kind of quiet where you can hear birds before traffic starts. I stepped onto the deck with my coffee, leaned against the railing, and just breathed. That's when I felt it, that strange sensation of being watched. I turned my head, and there she was, HOA Karen, standing at the edge of my driveway like a debt collector who knew exactly what she came for. No smile, no greeting, just crossed arms and impatience. Before I could even say a word, she pointed straight at my deck and said, "You're going to need to remove that." That's how it started. No explanation, no warning letter, no courtesy notice, just a command. And the way she said it, like the outcome was already decided, made my stomach drop. I asked her calmly, "Remove it. Why?" She sighed dramatically, flipped open her clipboard, and started listing things that barely made sense. Unapproved structure, visual inconsistency, violation of HOA standards. She didn't point to a specific rule. She didn't give a code number, just broad phrases meant to intimidate. Then she hit me with the deadline. You have 10 days. 10 days to tear down something that cost thousands of dollars and months of work. I won't lie, I felt that HOA fear creeping in. If you've lived under one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The fines, the letters, the threat of legal action. For a moment, I wondered if fighting would just make things worse. But something felt off. Karen wasn't actually on the HOA board anymore. She used to be, but not now. She was just someone who liked authority more than accuracy. And the more she talked, the clearer it became. She hadn't done her homework. So instead of arguing, instead of raising my voice, I did something she wasn't expecting. I smiled. I said, "Okay, I'll take a look into it." Her face tightened. That wasn't the reaction she wanted. She wanted outrage. She wanted resistance. She wanted to feel powerful. And when she didn't get that, she walked away, clearly annoyed. The moment she was gone, I went inside and opened a folder I hadn't touched since the deck was built. Inside, it was every document I'd saved, inspection reports, emails, approval notices, and right there in the middle, my permit. Official, approved, signed by the city, fully legal. And here's the best part. The HOA had been notified when it was issued. They just never bothered to check. At that point, I had two options. I could immediately confront her and end it quickly, or I could wait. And trust me, I waited. 3 days later, she came back. This time she brought backup, another board member, and she made sure to speak loudly like she was performing for an audience. She announced that I was still in violation and enforcement action would begin immediately. Neighbors slowed down, curtains shifted. This was her moment, or so she thought. That's when I reached into my pocket and said, "Before you do that, you should probably see this." I handed her the permit. The confidence vanished instantly. She stared at the paper, then flipped it over, then back again. Her mouth opened slightly, but nothing came out. The board member leaned in, read it, and immediately changed his tone. "This is approved," he said quietly. I explained calmly, almost casually, that the deck had passed all inspections, met every requirement, and had been built exactly according to code. I reminded them that harassment over a legal structure could become a bigger issue. Karen's posture changed, arms uncrossed, clipboard lowered. Suddenly, she wasn't loud anymore. She muttered something about needing to review records and walked away without another word. A week later, I got an email from the HOA. Not a fine, not a warning, an apology. They acknowledged the mistake, confirmed the deck was compliant, and stated that no further action would be taken. Karen never came back. In fact, she stopped walking anywhere near my house. Now, every time I stand on that deck, it feels different, not just because of the view, but because it represents something important. Preparation beats intimidation. Paperwork beats power trips. And sometimes the calm response is the most powerful of all. So if you're dealing with an HOA Karen right now, document everything. Save your permits. Know your rights. Because nothing is more satisfying than watching someone demand control only to lose it completely. And trust me, surprising an HOA Karen with a permit, that's a moment you never forget.